All right, thanks, Teresa. Welcome, everybody. We really appreciate your time in joining us today. We're excited about sharing our EPSCoR seed opportunities with everybody and kind of going over a little bit about the application process and what to expect, and also having a large chunk of time to answer questions from folks. So Shannon and I have prepared like about a 10-minute presentation. And so I think we'll go through that. And then after that, we're happy to answer any questions you have. We can go back to slides if there was a slide you wanted to look at again and you had a specific question on. And so we'll plan to do that. So we ask for the time being that you keep your microphone off. And then once we're done with the presentation, folks can raise their hand and we can start fielding questions and you can unmute. So as a quick introduction, so myself and Shannon and Teresa are here from the EPSCoR team, and I'll give them a real quick chance to introduce themselves as well. So my name's Tara Borland. I'm the Associate Director of the Alaska EPSCoR project. And my email is the one that's on most of these solicitations as someone you can ask questions to, as well as when it comes time to submit your application, I'm who you'll be emailing it to. And so I'm happy throughout the entire process to field any questions any of you might have about the application process. And so Shannon, did you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Shannon Watson. I'm the fiscal manager for the Alaska NSF EPSCoR program. I'm basically the compliance person, numbers person, here to help any way I can. And we'll let Teresa introduce herself.
Thanks. I'm Teresa Duclo. I manage communications for the Alaska EPSCoR program and the Interface of Change project. And some of you may have gotten an email from me, and I'm kind of the person behind the curtain on our social media and webpage and other things like that. So thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Shannon and Teresa. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get our presentation going. All right. So once again, thank you for your time and being here. We're really excited about our Interface of Change Seed Awards. We're kind of operating them a little bit differently than we have in the past with our previous project, Fire and Ice, in that we really are valuing our partnerships with community, and we wanted to do what we could to make these accessible to our community regions where our research is focused. Oh, let me get back to here. There we go. So we have two opportunities that are currently open in the form of seed awards. First are our research seed awards, and these opportunities are offered annually. This round is for year 2 of our project, which begins on July 1st and runs through June 30th. As well, we are doing a round of education and broadening participation seed awards, which those are offered in our years 2 of the project and 4. So both of these opportunities are open right now. So the research seed awards, these are awards in up to $20,000 in direct costs. And so what we mean by direct costs is money that's actually going to anything in your research project, including salaries, commodities, funds for supplies, equipment, that kind of stuff, travel that might be associated with your research project. At the university, we have what we call F&A, our facilities and administration costs. Those costs are above that amount. So these costs that we're offering all would go towards your direct costs. And Shannon's going to talk a little bit more about budget later in this. And so she could probably explain that a little bit better, but we just really wanted to point out that these are for direct cost in your budget. We are looking for research projects that will help expand on our Interface of Change goals. The period of performance mimics the year 2 period of our project, July 1 through June 30th, 2026. And to be eligible for these, you need to either be a researcher at an Alaska institution of higher education, or you can be an organization or a group in one of our partner communities that is able to accept federal funds. And we can help answer questions on, what that looks like or who that may or may not be. So what are the research focus areas of IOC? The two kind of main umbrellas are really community-driven research on marine harvested and farmed species, and also resilience in Gulf of Alaska coastal communities. You can kind of drill down a little bit more on the types of things that we're looking at by going to our website and really reading about what all the different projects are. And our seeds are really kind of meant to take that broader umbrella and maybe take it in a little bit of a different direction or expand on things that we might be looking into. And then the Education and Broadening Participation Seed Awards, these are for up to $5,000 in direct costs. Again, we'll add facilities and administration on top of that, whatever rate that might be. And these, again, instead of research, they're activities to help expand on our education and broadening participation goals, which you can also check out at our website. The period of performance is the same, July 1 through June 30th, and the eligibility is the same as well. And so the focus for education and broadening participation incorporate our research themes into educational activities or place-based activities that fall within our interface of change communities. And again, I put the link to our website here to check those out. All right, so now for folks who maybe aren't at an institution that can receive federal funding, or maybe you have an idea, you don't really want to be the one running it, but you want maybe someone to look at it, what do you do? So two of the main ways you can go about this is you can, if you have an organization in your community that is eligible to receive federal funding and would like to work on a research project, you can partner with them. Or alternatively, you can share your idea with us at EPSCoR, and we can try and connect you with a researcher. Or if you're really you just really want to submit your idea, we can try and connect your idea with a researcher and maybe see if we can find someone who's interested in looking more into that. So our application timeline is on May 30th, 5 p.m. That's when applications are due. We will be announcing the recipients on June 30th. And the earliest start date for these projects would be July 1, and the latest end date is June 30th. So everything would need to be wrapped up by June 30th next year. So how do you apply? What are the required items? So there's really kind of two main things. There's the application form, and then there is a PDF of all the other proposal elements, which I'll go through. And then you would finally, after you fill out the application form, email your PDF of the proposal elements to myself at my email address. So hopefully this will work. I wanted to kind of go to the application form for you guys. Is everybody seeing that application form? Sharice, I see some nods. Perfect. So I just kind of wanted to run through this real quick so everybody's kind of a little familiar with it. And when it comes time to Q&A, if there was anything on here that you're like, wait a minute, I don't know what I would do there, ask us and we can talk through it. But this is pretty much the form that's just kind of collecting most of your basic information. We have here UAID number. This is really just for folks within the UA system. If you're not in the UA system, you just don't even have to put anything here. Phone number, addresses, your role, research professional, a postdoc, faculty, student, anyone outside of the university system, research professional, that would be kind of the one you would mark there. If you have a different group that you're applying through, what is that organization that you're with that you're applying through? Here's just some kind of other basic information. If you're none of these, if your primary institution affiliation isn't any of these institutions, you can click other. So we tried to kind of keep it really open to everybody. We have a basic request of what your funding amount is, if you've received any other EPSCoR awards. And then here it talks about what the different pieces of your PDF will be, but I have a slide that will talk through that in a second. But it has this last button here. We put this here where you have to acknowledge that you have to send that PDF to my email address by 5 p.m. on May 30th. So filling out this form is step one, but until you've emailed the actual proposal pieces to me, it is not complete. So I'm going to go back to our slides and we'll go back to the next slide. So here are the required items in that PDF document. So the first and most important part is the project description. That's your proposal text. For the research projects, that's a 3-page max. If you're a student or if you're doing the education broadening participation calls, that's a 2-page max for those. Everybody would need to put a CV together, max 2-page in the NSF format on our solicitation that you can access on our website. It has all of the guidance for these documents, and it also has templates for some of them that you can access, including number 3, the budget and budget justification, which Shannon will go into more. You can access those on the solicitation page. And then finally, there's a signature page that you would need to include. If you are a student researcher, the only other additional piece you need is a statement of support from your advisor. And now I'm going to pass it to Shannon.
So can you click the next slide? So all the submissions are pretty much have some of the same requirements. You need the budget spreadsheet, the justification, and the project description or the statement of work. Next slide. Wanted to go over kind of an example of what UAF uses for their budgets. This is just the top part of the budget. It lists like the employee names, what their hourly rates are, if there's any leave or other benefits associated, and the number of hours they plan on working on the project. On the next slide. Then you would list out any travel that you have, where you're going to, the estimates for airfare, per diem, lodging, anything else associated with that travel. And then we have 2 sections for services. So services has collects F&A on most things, but there are like some things according to our agreement that don't collect F&A, and you would have to follow your institution's policies. I know for the university system, space rental is one of the things that doesn't collect F&A, so you would put that information in the appropriate section. Equipment and student services don't collect F&A either. And so those are things that will all be included in your direct cost. So if you leave the facilities and administration line blank, the F&A line blank without putting in anything, the total at the bottom will give you your total direct cost. I've highlighted this section in the R spreadsheet where it shows that information. But again, work with your institution. And if they have questions, they can reach out to us. The next slide. Along with the budget spreadsheet, we also need a budget justification. And this should basically mirror what you put in the budget, like who you're paying salary for, why are you paying salary for them, what are they doing on the project. And then the next slide. And then the travel gets broken down a little bit more. This is just an example of what the university does for their budget justifications. If your institution does something different, you can follow their guidelines as well. But we do need something that's fairly similar to this for review. It talks about like what you're buying commodities for, how it relates to the project. And let's go to the next slide. So, so if your proposal is internal to the university, you'll need to contact your department. You'll need to know your department fiscal contact. That's pretty important for getting anything set up in the system on our end. You'll need to make sure if you decide to put the F&A rate on your proposal budget, please make sure you're using the correct one based on whether it's research or if it's the broadening participation or education one, that would be the other sponsored activity rate. Follow your department guidelines and procedures, and it varies for each institution. The UAA still wants all the budgets to go through their Office of Proposal Development for review, even though the funding is already here. I'm not quite sure if UAS is requiring that as well, but I think there might be somebody that can answer that later on. And UAF, we don't, it's up to your department on how you want to submit it. The only thing we ask is that if you're internal, don't enter the budget, the proposal budget into Banner, because it'll skew the pair data that we send out. And it kind of duplicates what we actually have on hand. And then if you're external, you'll need to follow your institution's proposal guidelines. We'll need information on your negotiated F&A rate. If you don't have a negotiated rate, you can use the 10% de minimis rate, but that's institution dependent. So if there are other questions on that, you can reach out to me, and we can figure that out as it goes. If you are external to the university, there will be additional paperwork that will be required. So at this point, until those are awarded, just keep that in mind, that there could be additional paperwork. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think Tara covered most of the rest of it, about, if it's research awards, it's 20,000 in direct cost. If it's the education or broadening participation, it's $5,000 in direct cost. But yeah, that's all I have.
Thanks, Shannon. And so I do have here our contact information and our website link, and we can make these slides available to everybody as well. But right now I'm just going to hit the stop share. And we would love to open it up to questions that you guys have. If you have a question, just raise your hand and we'll start fielding those. And we're also happy to go back to any of the slides if folks need us to do that. Oh, Glenna.
Yeah, I was just wondering, seeking some clarification on if we're at UAF, it's up to our department whether or not we are to work with OPD. And then what were you saying about entering it in Banner? I guess just making sure.
Okay, so yeah, so each department's a little bit different on campus. Some departments require you to work with OPD. Some departments have their own proposal person. And I don't know what those are for the various departments. So work with them and find out what they want you to do. Then when you're working with the proposal person, just let them know that, well, the guidance will be on the web link as well when you go to apply, but not to enter the information into Banner to get a proposal number, because yeah, that's basically, and they can reach out to me if they have questions on that.
Kayla.
Hi there. I see that these are structured for the University of Alaska system. But you are opening them up to other organizations as well. We're one of the other organizations. And I was wondering if you have any sort of intent for like a certain split that you'd like to see between outside projects and University of Alaska projects, or if you are just looking at them all through best projects.
So we're
lens?
definitely looking at best projects, but we are prioritizing really more community-focused research projects. And so if there's a project that, you know, kind of fits under our goals and is based in one of our regions, that's going to score really highly, right? And so that's kind of where the priority is. And a lot of our documents are very structured to the university system, just that's because that's where we are. But in terms of things like, you know, the budget spreadsheet, that is something that you, as your institution, does not have to use. You can use your budget spreadsheet, but you're also welcome to use ours if that's helpful to have kind of that layout available. So anything that doesn't really kind of work with your institution, just let us know. Like, you know, we're definitely open to getting things in a way that works for you guys, but we will have certain things that we'll need to know and have on our end to be able to process everything.
Great. Thank you. Can I ask a follow-up to that?
Sure.
So when you're looking at community impact, what are the ways that you're wanting to measure that?
Community impact. Well, I mean, I guess what we're kind of, from what we're going to get, you know, as a proposal, we're going to look and see first, like if it's a community kind of submitted proposal from someone who's in the community, a group that's already there, that's obviously of value to the community, right? Because we're hearing directly from them. So right there, that's something that's important to us. We've been also kind of trying to promote to researchers who might be looking at doing research in the communities, like please showing us that you have a connection with the community is also gonna elevate that as well. So we're really looking for things that not only help kind of move the research that we're looking to do under our umbrella forward, but do have strong ties to these community regions where our research is focused one way or another.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? We have a bit more time, so feel free. I see something on here. Do research seed awards have to partner with communities listed on the IOC website, or do you welcome partnerships with additional coastal communities in the focal regions? So I think if it's in the Gulf of Alaska region, like we're definitely gonna consider that. But we do have our specific regions where we do have a lot of our research happening. So it might be easier to tie what's going on there to the research projects because there's stuff going on there already. But I think in the broader Gulf of Alaska region, we'll definitely consider that. It's hard to say until we get everything and we see what the different applications are. Does anyone have questions about any of the process of applying itself, like any of the form, the Google form, any of the documents that we shared?
Hi, I just wanted to know if someone is partnered with a UAF researcher, will the researcher be able to help fill out the documents? I'm not sure if that was covered earlier. Forgive me, I kind of came in like 5 minutes in, but will there be help for those where this is like their first rodeo in filling out these documents? I'm from the village of Unalakleet in the Bering Strait. So if I'm to pass this information around about EPSCoR opportunity, I want to be able to answer questions from the community
Yeah.
members.
Yeah, of course. And so absolutely, we're happy to help anybody. And not even just a researcher like myself, Shannon, Sharissa, we're all here to kind of help with any of that kind of process and making sure everyone understands the different pieces and how to fill out the different pieces that are required. When we talk about connecting with a researcher, it's usually like if you're someone maybe in a community that really doesn't have any ties to organizations that, can apply for this, so if you have to be able to have somehow the money go to an organization that's eligible to accept federal funding. And so that's just not everybody. So when we talk about connecting to a researcher, it's like if you have no connections like that, but you have this idea and you're like, I think it would be really cool if someone's looking at this, then we would happily like take that idea and try to either connect you and your idea if you want to be really involved in the process with someone who might be interested in putting in a seed with that idea. Or if you're kind of like, no, I just want my idea out there, I don't really want to be a part of the process, we can take that idea and try and find someone either in your region at an organization that might be interested in doing it, or at a researcher in our system who might be interested in pursuing that.
Thank you. The only organization I could think of close is the tribe, the local tribe here.
Yeah. Yeah. And generally, from what I understand, most tribal organizations would be eligible to accept federal funds. I mean, we would want to definitely, talk with them and make sure that they're willing and able to do that. But if that's the case, then yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Has anyone tried to access any of the application forms and not been able to get in it? And maybe that's too soon. Maybe folks haven't tried that yet, but it is new for us to have it accessible to folks without an alaska.edu address, and I'm pretty confident that it is. But if you are someone who doesn't have one of those addresses and you try to get in that form and it tells you you can't, please let me know right away and I will get that corrected. Any other questions? I know we had a lot of information. Oh, I see another. I'm curious how competitive the 2025 education and seed grants are. How many applications you have gotten in the past? That's harder to say because it's been a while since we've done one of those. And I think the last time we did it under Fire and Ice, it was a data visualization specific one. And when we did the data visualization one, I believe we probably got, and I'm going off of memory here, somewhere maybe around 10 applications. And we have funding for 3 awards for the education and broadening participation ones this round. And then for the research, I believe we have funding for 7 research awards and 3 student, but I'm going to look at Sharissa, who might have our data handy to confirm.
Both research awards, we have room for 7, and the education is 3, like you said.
Awesome. So actually 7 students as well. That's great. Okay, any other questions?
I have a question. This is Justina.
Yeah, Justina.
Hi. Sorry, I also came in a little bit late, but I don't know if this was answered or referred to earlier. So there are 3 community partner grants this year, and then if the goal of a community is to build on this, uh, if there are only 3 grants, is there any kind of mechanism that would provide, possibly provide resources to build on that research being done if a grant was awarded this round? I'm not sure if that makes sense, what I'm
So
asking.
I think you're referring to the education broadening participation awards.
Yeah, broadening participation, but also I guess the local like tribal entities that are wanting to do specific research projects and hoping to use this as to build that research.
Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately in the EPSCoR program, it's not built in. So the intent of seeds and the way the EPSCoR program has built seeds is that it's kind of like this little bit of funding to develop something that can grow into more. And the intent is that that more comes from other resources, because the EPSCoR program is about kind of helping to build capacity and seeing that capacity take on a life of its own. And so it's just not built into the grant that way. But we do, for the research ones in particular, we do offer those every year. And so there will be a new round of research seeds every year, but the intent isn't that you'd get a research seed this year and then get one next year doing the same thing. Like, they should all be innovative new projects each round.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Kayla.
Sorry, lots of questions. So are you excited about any particular area of applications or any particular type of projects this year in particular?
No, I'm not going to be play favorites at all. We are excited to get a pool of really interesting and unique applications. And so I really like seeds, and that, like, I love to see the creativity of where things can go, right? Because we have our set research projects that we're kind of doing, but to kind of see these new little projects that kind of take one piece of it and pull it off in a totally different direction is just really exciting and cool. And I'm excited to see what kind of new community partnerships can develop from some of these as well.
Great, thanks.
These have been some great questions. Do we have any more? Does everybody feel crystal clear on the process of how to apply? Now's the time to definitely ask if you're like, wait, I don't understand this part. But in it also, you can definitely follow up with any of us afterwards, email, phone. We're happy to help walk through the process. All right, well, I'm not seeing any other questions. So I guess we can go ahead and we'll wrap up, but definitely if anything else comes up, if you guys think of anything, do not hesitate to get in touch with us. We're really hoping to have a great pool of applications and are excited to see what you guys have to offer us. All right, thanks everybody.